What's up? Welcome to the video chat. Well, I say chat, I'm not streaming. I don't stream till Fridays now. I can actually get out. Well, I'm not going to get out of the habit of saying that because I do intend on streaming Fridays. But going on what I just learned, because yeah, I understand what I've been doing wrong now. I understand just a little bit more, just a little, right? So NFP is a non-farm payroll, non-farm employment, anything that says non-farm, right? Apparently those are days I should not be trading. Yeah, I should not be touching those days. It's not worth it. I have corrected a mistake. And allow me to change this. All non-farm. Sure. Folders. Problem solved. My understanding was it was strictly and only speaking the non-farm payroll folders that needed to be avoided. I just watched a video, the same video I got all this information from right here. It is actively speaking, and yes, I am talking about this video right here, anything that says non-farm. All of it, avoid. Don't go near it, don't try it. That explains why I was losing so much. Now for the rebound. Allow me to cover my bases. Monday, right now, there is no news. Tuesday, we have a 3 red folder. Sure, the Fed Chair Powell speaks. That's going to affect market. None of these are a problem. Non-farm, I'm not trading Wednesday. Non-farm, not trading Thursday. And of course, Friday is 4th of July. Can't trade. So, that's currently what's happening this week. I need to update my calendar out in the hall because I assumed I was going to be good for trading Wednesday and Thursday. I now know I won't be, which frees up my schedule just a little bit though. Outside of that, we have trade. We have a train to catch. This train is leaving the station. Choo-choo. I want to take a look at all this with y'all. Right, just a little bit. We had manipulation of relative equal lows. I'm guessing on a lower time frame within this. That manipulation resulted in sweep. We had order block sweep. Then from there, moving up higher. We had a break of structure because this low closed below this one on a higher time frame. The hourly does not match this. The hourly says that this low is the only one, right? And it didn't go lower. So we're moving higher. We have not broke structure according to the hour time frame. Going back to the 30-minute though, we technically did here. And then immediately after, we broke structure again back to the upside. Down, up, boom. And we just recently broke structure on the 30-minute to the downside again. This being the case, I am looking for a trade. And the daily says low. Go for, I say low, go for longs. We have a potential point of liquidity right there that we could hit. Though this is a massive, from here to here, that is massive, and especially from here to here. Big ol' leap. I'm confident on trade locker. We're not going to see any points above this right here, but for argument's sake, this is current price action. I'm just going to put a line near it, and then I'm going to put a line on it, and then the next one above it. This is trade locker. What am I doing? I wouldn't be right anyway. I have to look at on this. This is the S&P that I'm working on. It's like the same situation. What about the daily? Oh no, the daily's got some right there. Right here. I'm pretty sure if I were to look at this. So that's actually not too far off right there. It's not too far off of this right here. Those are like. This one's relative equal highs, and then this one's an outlier. So that's my hourly retrospect right there. We had relative equal lows all throughout this right here, and that's why it was manipulated up to sweep these highs, push down, sweep the lows. We'll see price continuing higher from that. I think right now we're waiting on is 9:30 to hit. We have fair value gap, like before. That's the hourly there. Break structure here. Technically break structure there. I don't want to count this because it's too level. And we technically consolidated throughout this, even though price moved up here, it closed in line with pretty much that. We had this right here form that closed above this high here. There's a break of structure out of this downtrend, so we should be seeing price continue higher, not lower. Is NASDAQ saying anything like this? Break of structure there. Okay, so unlike the S&P, the NASDAQ essentially said we're going to move price much higher. This was ultimately higher than this, I believe. Yeah, S&T divergence right here from this high to this high, from this high to this high, off of that. So we're on the hourly going to be looking for an S&T divergence, not S&T divergence. We're going to be looking for the lagging index, right? We should be able to tell that, at the very least. I'm not counting this for the 5-minute confluence. This is on the 30-minute, right? I wonder if the hourly says the same. From there to there, from there to there. Yep. Confirmed S&T divergence on a higher time frame. But this application is lagging like crazy. Very, very crazy lagging. Gonna reset this chart here. We have this key level set up, good to go. I wonder if I can do the same thing for the daily. Let's see. Nope. These were the highs I marked on trading view, as well as this one here. These two peaks right here were higher on trading view than they are on trade locker. This is saying prices come up above this, but on trading view it has not. I don't know which one to really put my trust and faith in. I do know that every time I've looked at this and like over here, I've looked at it, I've been stopped out, even though price said we would continue higher. And a lot of those were bad trades on my part, so yeah. Looking at current price action, looks like we're about to be put into a downtrend for this right here. This closes below this low here, will be in a downtrend. we'll be looking for a key level hit on this line here. This line here, we're looking for a liquidity sweep within these two because we're technically right now consolidating. We're not really doing much outside of this break of structure here. That could change, resulting in more of a consolidation between these two levels. We don't really have a fair value gap to work off of. A sweep of these lows here, retrace down, strong reaction, breaker block. From this order block, it reacted within range. So confirmed breaker block. It should continue. We should be seeing a continuation lower off of this right here. We had a break of structure up here, and that could have manipulated this high here to sweep it, and we could be seeing a price action at the moment move lower. So a lower move would actually make a lot of sense here. It would also, we're technically also within equilibrium, so right now it's kind of hard to tell where price is going to go. I imagine we'll see a doji, and then immediately after we'll see a breakout. It's currently what I'm thinking is going to happen. At the same time, if we see a break of structure to the upside, that is higher than the two right there, right? Because technically these right now are relative equal highs. So we should see price manipulate itself by pushing down, sweeping a low, and then sweeping a high. So order block and then sweep. That would be the down move from this breaker block. We'll see it continue to move down, sweep low, push up, catch the highs, and then continue on downward for this breaker block and the order block here. Outside of that, the only real two key levels aside from this setup is going to be this level and this level here. Our take profit zones are fairly simple. We have this one here, and if we decide to go above it, I'm tempted to just let it climb, to be completely honest. I don't have a target range for it. I'll set it as high as I'd like, I think. I think a decent risk to reward would be a 2-to-1. That'd be the my want in the amount. I know I'm not that lucky, so I think 1.5 is a little better, right? We'll see stuff. We'll see it when it comes up. I'll manage it fairly and unbiased. I will manage it completely. That being the case, we got a little bit before market opens, and I don't really want to touch the market at the moment because, again, we are at pre-market. It is 8. I would rather wait than be sorry later that because I decided to rush this decision, I'm messing up this decision and missing the big fish. That being the case, yeah. Let's wait and see what happens, shall we? Okay, so it's 8:47. We got 13 minutes before this candle right here closes. I don't want to jump the gun or anything, but it's already crossed this line here. Technically a key level hit. Kinda. Technically, kinda, sorta. Right. Same story, not the same story on NASDAQ. Actually, curious. So 30-minute on this. The low for this session's right here. So, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. Not the same on NASDAQ. We did break structure on both. And right now we are currently headed even lower. For the S&P, we've already hit this. That said, done. Anything outside of that? Technically, at the moment, we would have relative equal lows if this candle were to close where it is right now. If that's the case, liquidity or price action is actually going to be drawn towards those two strongly, which changes the bias a little bit because, well, we also have relative equal lows right there. Everything building block wise up to this point is saying down. We broke structure to the downside. We have two sets of relative equal lows. We have a super strong draw on liquidity all the way down here. Super strong draw on liquidity. And there are no real key levels I can take to the upside. I was watching a video earlier that said use the building blocks, but if there are no building blocks higher than the highest candle on the most recent session, it's open season, open fields, up high. It could go as high as it wants to, but without a precise take profit level, I'm at risk of losing more than what I'm gaining. So my bias at the moment, price is going to go lower. How low? I've taken the liberty of setting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 take profit levels, all of which are within this, 2 of which seem most likely, one of which that actually seems like it's happening now. And yeah, my intention at the moment, I'm going to put my first take profit here just to give myself some margin, right? And in the event by the time 9:30 comes and goes, we manage to hit this, my first take profit will move from this all the way down to the top of this, because I know price is going to try and test this again. I know it will. How do I know? It's a definite guess. It's an actual guess. Yeah. Right now, my bias is that price is going to go and continue downward. Oh, and just so we're on the same page, I forgot to mention earlier, I reset the account. I am now $20 on Trade Locker, and I'm starting with, actually, instead of 100,000, I'm starting with $100 on Trading View. This way I have a little bit more of an actual representation of what I'd be getting in return if I were to use the small amounts that I actually have, right? I'm killing two birds with one stone by getting used to the basics and using an actual amount I would use in real life over an absurd amount I don't really have yet and can't risk losing. So, changes the game a little bit, but the end result, in my opinion, I think is still going to be the same. The goal is to stay above that 0, and if I can't and wind up in the red, I'm just going to drop this altogether because I've wasted enough time failing at this to know it's not worth failing. At least for the little while that I can. Okay, so we hit first take profit here. I'm not entered in on a trade. I don't want to enter yet. I want to see this move back up, sweep this high. That's going to be my key level of conflict, because right now I could easily say that this move down is market makers manipulating these prices here, collecting it, and then pushing higher. I could easily say that because they are so close together right here. This is trendline lows, and we just created a new one based off that. We have relative equal lows right in there. We have relative equal lows here. Fair value gap, order block, and inverse fair value gap, and then of course that right there. I'm gonna pause the video now. Wait till 9:30 comes and goes, so that way we have an accurate move to really work on and off of. From that move, we'll look for price. I almost want to get rid of this 1030 line. Almost do. I'm gonna be looking at different stuff online to see if this can get changed, because if it's an optional thing, like I can wait for a little bit past it to really get a market, because I have noticed the same thing he has, where around 10:30 price tapers off, and that is a problem. But I've also noticed where sometimes off of a big move like this, where I'm waiting on the hourly for it to really kick in, um, the move will happen around 9:30, and that's what I want to really hunt down. And if it hasn't occurred by 9:30, it will at 10:30. So timing is key. I don't want it to taper off, and I want my bias to be right. I know that's a very bad notion to head out on. At the same time, I'm trying to figure out exactly how to time it. How to time myself to get the best move. We got 6 more minutes on this. I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to let it play out and see what happens. Okay? BRB. So I've learned a few things in a very short span of time. Yeah, everything's good. Okay, cool. So, 2 things I've learned. First, the time at which I choose to take a trade, very, 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 very optional, but very dependent on these 3 particularly, right? I'm trading in the AM, so that's between 9:50 a.m. and 10:10 p.m. Sorry, no, 8:30, because 8:30 is pre-market open. 9:50 and 10:10 are the zone. Are the times where market likes to move a lot. And the way TJR explains it is the area between 8:30 and 10:10, the time where price is going to either gear up to manipulate and move in a direction, right? It'll gear up, it'll manipulate in a direction, and then continue on in its path, or it will have already made the move, and from that move we need to find an entry point on the reverse, wherever that might be, right? That's just essentially the zone to really look at price, because it will have eventually done it. Technically, right now, I could say it has. I could, because we did get a sweep here of this low from London session, right, off of pre-market open. From here, we could get on to 5-minute, and we did get a break of structure back up to the upside right here. We'd be looking for a fair value gap, breaker block, order block, equilibrium, or yeah, for generally speaking, price to come back with an equilibrium. That's between these 2 here. That would be one way to look at it. My bias was up for the day. It was up, and technically it still is up because we did not break structure on the hourly. And on the 4-hour, it's the same story, all the way up. Not much room for down at all. The daily is the overview of it all, and we've seen solid green for the past week now. So I imagine it's the same story. We move to the 5-minute. I'm trading on the S&P 500 because I think it's the lagging index behind NASDAQ. We had an S&T divergence on the hourly where the high... Did I mark it on this? No, I marked it on the other one. I marked it on this. So the high on this right here is higher up than this is. This said price was going to move lower, and it did. Whereas this said price was going to move higher, and it did not. Kinda. It did not. It made more of a relative equal low than it did sweep this and then continue on lower. So because this is continuing down, and we can see this happening here, NASDAQ may be the more apt chart to trade on, but in my opinion, for learning's sake, I choose to look at the chart that is depicting a straight line of confluences that I can say are happening. And because of the way they're not super laggy at the moment, because right now, per this instance, right, because this made a new low past this one and the NASDAQ didn't, we can confidently say that because of the NASDAQ not making a new low, now the lagging index is the S&P, and so we should see price continue higher, right? I think that's sound logic, sound reason behind it, right? I think it is. So we're sticking with the S&P. On the 5-minute, we see the leg down here. We have a break of structure off of this candle here because we made a new high, boom, and it closed above that high, boom. Now we're looking for either for value gap, break a block, order block, price to generally come back up with an equilibrium. Right now, as I can see it, I think we're going to get either an order block or a breaker block, saying price is going to continue lower. From this leg down, we have a move up. We're looking for, let me look at my notes for clarification because I've already screwed up how to identify a breaker block more than once. Right there, in an uptrend, a breaker block indicates price continuing lower before a break of structure occurs. From a breaker block, the order should go as follows: identify the break of structure on the higher time frame, an hour. There wasn't one. We didn't get one. Though I imagine we'll see a breaker structure here in a minute off of this uptrend now. That'll depict price moving lower. From the 5-minute, we identify a breaker structure. We got that. Cool. The breaker block should form on this leg down. When it moves down, it should not close below this. If we see a leg up, doesn't close above it. It might actually break up above that and continue higher, I think. Could be wrong. This is honestly super confusing, the breaker blocks are. Prior to the break of structure towards the reverse in-trend shift. These are not to be confused with order blocks. They are the leg down before the break of structure and liquidity sweep caused by an order block. So right now we're in an uptrend. The break of structure would be to the downside, so the sweep would be to the downside, which would mean if we get a closure below this low in particular, this will have been considered an order block, and the break of structure will have been considered a sweep. We should see price continuing much lower. That's what our hope is. And in the event we don't get that, price closes above this bottom wick here, that would be considered a breaker block, at which point we then can see price from this move down continue up in the direction of this first break of structure on the 5-minute. Let me see if I can find order block. Order block. Tops bottoms of trend, think up, down, or down, down. Essentially, it's when an order is placed or filled, depending on the trend, and immediately after moves beat itself into a repeat move. Cool. These moves that cause a liquidity sweep. Cool. From here, down, up, down. From this move down, we should see move higher. Oh, no, it'd be reversed. So this would be order block down, up, and then this move down will have been the liquidity sweep, which means this could be an order block. And it's multiple candles in a row that we're looking at for that to occur. Unlike a breaker block where it's the amount of moves, a set of moves that depict it, over an order block that can be a collection of candles and then a strong reaction from that collection. I think I'm doing good so far. Comment section. Comment below. What do you think? Am I doing good? I think I'm doing good. That's currently what we're looking for, though, is either a breaker block or an order block. Looks like we had another break of structure up high. This was our initial break of structure here. Move down. This is breaker block, continuation of moving higher. From here, we look for inverse for value gap on the 1-minute. just so we're on the same page. This is before 950. Is this okay? Maybe. Do I think we're in the wrong here? No. But at the same time, difficult to say. We have take profits within this right here. This is on the minute, and even all the way up to here, we can take profit from that. Stuff. Why are you not moving anymore? The bias was up to begin with. We haven't broke structure. We should be seeing price continue higher. I think I'm confident in this. On NASDAQ on this as well. So here, boom, here, buy. Am I risking one? No, I want to risk. Okay, so it won't let me buy on that for some reason. Don't know why. We're gonna edit this real quick so that way I'm not losing a stupid amount. Put our stop loss right below. That was the inverse value gap. This was our break of structure, and this was our breaker block form here. I'm gonna put stop loss up underneath the breaker block. I'm unable to take profit. I'm gonna put the take profit all the way up here. Is this a decent trade? No, but at the same time, I also think there's no higher take profit than that right there. We should see price continue higher up from that. We did have a gear up here. We should see price continue much higher. I think. Why is this not letting me trade? On risk. I haven't been using pips this whole time, so I don't really know how to use that. How to see pips. Change this. Ouch, looks like we're about to hit stop loss. There goes stop loss. There goes. Okay, so our trade idea would have been wrong. The thought process was that this was the gear up and that this would be the continuation up higher, right? We did get a continuation up a little bit, I think. We did not get a continuation. That was an instant. No, we get broke structure on that candle and everything back down. That's okay. It's okay. Glad I didn't take a trade on that. Although this does kind of bite. We lost 7 cents. So the question now becomes, why did this occur? This is 9:30. Market open. Market is open now. That is why. Check news, make sure nothing just dropped. Nope, nothing's dropped on news. So that's a thing. I gotta remember 9:30 is when the market opens. That's when it opens, and then 9:50 is when that occurs. So, boom, boom, Market opens, we have break of structure, move back down. Pretty sure this is going to look something a little different on the hourly. This would have been the official break of structure down low. So, okay, so with this bias now in hand, we move down because we see a break of structure here. What we're looking for on the 5-minute is a break of structure to continue our note here on this for the breaker block. This one right here. Breaker block, identify a break of structure on the 5-minute, and then from there, on the same 5-minute, look for a breaker block, then a break of structure immediately after. Get a break of structure here. We're gonna move up, move down. I think our next mode is to look for a move back up for that repetition, right? And we'll see a move back down. It'll be like literally down, up, down, and then from that down we should see a break of structure. That will be our liquidity sweep. I think on the 1-minute is what I defined it on. Yeah, we identify from the break of structure on the 5-minute a breaker block on the 5-minute, and then watch for a break of structure to occur. The 1-minute will have that break of structure. This break of structure will have been the first thing to identify on the hour. Then 5, breaker block on 5, and then on the minute, a break of structure continuing down, or back up so we can enter on a sell and then watch it go lower. We have a minute, 41 seconds for that to close. I'm not trying to overtrade here. I'm trying to learn from my mistake. This was a valid mistake to make. Not complaining. And we did low risk on that on purpose, so we didn't lose a lot. Now for the rebound, because we now know it's not continuing higher if this closes as low as it is right now. We will know that it has swept these lows here, and these two were relative equal lows. And we know price has draws further on down. If we see this break of structure here, we have inverse for value gap as well. I think we actually would have counted this first. This would have been break of structure. This would have been a fair value gap saying price is going to go lower. From here, we could have looked on the 1-minute. From this 1-minute, what are we looking for? A break of structure inverse for value gap. We want price to come back up. We could close this for value gap, or this for value gap, or break structure above this high here. And then we'll enter in on the sell, and that will bring it back down. We can put our stop loss above where we lost out on this, and then watch it continue to plummet. Because right now the confluencers are down low, that price is going to actually drop from this point onward. So from here, it's a matter of getting that down packed. We have technically hit our first take profit. That being that one there. Oh no, we hit our second take profit because that was the first one there. That would have been number 2. No break of structure, no inverse value gap. We want to see it continue higher, close up above, round it back down. It's got to close for it to be break of structure. I'm not seeing an inverse value gap at the moment either. We did not get a break of structure, nor did we get an inverse value gap. We're waiting on this candle to close now. The idea is that it's going down. I know the break of structure says yes, it will continue higher. However, that's a 1 minute confluence, not the other way around. So we have 30 seconds for that form. It'll be stupid quick. Your value gap on the 5 saying price is going to continue lower from that. Come down to the 1. Wait for price to come back up so we can get it at a premium, and then watch it fall continuously. Put our stop loss on our building block above. There we go. Sell. And from here, boom, our stop loss. We're going to bring it up to not this. I like the idea of putting it right where we lost out the first time. This is going to be a much greater risk to reward because we have confluences we can work off of now. That being the case, I am going to set my first take profit right there. This is a decent take profit risk to reward. I don't mind doing that. Go ahead and leave that the way it is for now. I'm going to try figure out trading views crap because I don't understand what pips are or how to get it to work like that. Right? I have a great idea. So, because I'm trying to calculate the pip, the risk reward, so I can put it into that. All the settings we just set to right, change to that. Okay, let's try that right quick. This. 10.5, 0.17, so this. Is that correct? My lot size would be 0.19. Does that make sense with this? Kinda. Sorta, kinda. I know 0.19. I don't know what to do on this right here. And they're calculated now. Well, that wasn't helpful. We haven't been stopped out, so I think this idea that we now have is correct. We're halfway to making back what we just lost, which isn't bad. I understand not to overtrade the way I just did, but at the same time, I also understand that this is a learning gist, right? I'm trying to get this lower than 100 because I don't want to risk the entirety of the account size, and I don't have this number to risk of this. So, I don't know how to do this because I manipulate this and then it turns that into something else. It won't let me. Yeah, I can't go low unless that right there. It'll do that. Less than the instrument minimum of 1. I have to have at least that to enter in this, but I don't want to enter 1. I'd like to enter at a fraction of it so that way I can actually, enter in on a trade. Eh. Okay, this is depicting how to do that. I know how to do that. My question is the other one. How do I manipulate position size? I think I did another dumb Spazatron trade here because we had leg down on market open. We saw and identified each of the confluences right here saying price would continue lower, and sure enough it did. It went lower. We're in the green, 3 cents still off the 7 we lost from to begin with. Price just broke structure back to the upside. We're looking at it continue higher. The hope is that it continues lower and hits some more of these take profits here. Our first take profit level down here has not been hit yet. And I understand from this take profit level on down that this right here is a very, very, very steep drop. And not to expect it to go all the way down here. I am expecting it to at least hit that though. So we're going to continue to watch and be diligent in this price action specifically. If it continues up, if it goes up into this, I don't mind. It's just the stop loss right here. That's where I'm going to leave, definitely. If we hit this right here, I have no problem exiting the trade because I know at that point we'll have recovered the 7 cents that we lost a second ago. And result being, we came out with a penny potentially of profit. I'm not complaining. I do so trade locker allows me to control the lots, right? I can put in a decimal point here, plus, minus, and it's based on the total of the account, and then from that it tells me the risk. It's essentially a lot size calculator at this point right here. Trading View is something a little bit different because it has a very different setup. I can't do. I'd like to do this. Can't do that. Can't do that. Okay. Nope. It won't let me deal in a decimal place over here. Still wouldn't be able to do it because of that. Really have no idea what to do here. I could stop. I could stop with this. Thinking that'd be the best idea, because I know how to use position size calculator. I know how to use that, which is very smart, like very, very neat, nifty tool to use, right? However, for learning the basics and understanding that I'm not trading using TradingView, I am trading using TradeLocker, right? And that TradingView is meant for chart work that I can't really do on TradingView because it's 10 to 20 minutes behind and half the data is completely different from the chart on TradeLocker, resulting in me having to use it over TradingView. Anyway, I think it's best if I just don't. I just completely ignore this. I completely ignore this. Look at the fancy looking chart work. See all the pretty little colors here, right? And just so we're on the same page, I'm currently in a short position. Where did I enter? I entered on that candle specifically. I entered on this candle specifically. Boom. My stop loss is right there. My take profit is right. Is it towards the bottom? It is. It's a decent bit towards the bottom, so it's like right in. It's like right there-ish, roughly in this area here. Do I have that? Can I see it on the hour? It's not. What did I mark? Maybe the 30-minute? No. The heck? Relative equal lows there. It's not that. That's too low. I don't know what I marked, but it's roughly in that right there. Let me see. Let's see. I marked the high here on the 1 minute, I guess. I don't know why I marked that. In either case, you see on this the entry, you see the stop loss, you see the take profit, you see the entry note, you see where we are now, you see this, which is good. You could see everything. You and your all-seeing eye, Mr. Krabs. And then, of course, on this, you can see current risk to reward, which I think is a little extreme. I get this is kind of asking for it to come up and stop it out, but at the same time, looking at this right here, knowing that it's a break of structure and a sweep away, I think we can hit this today. I think we can. I've entered on a second trade. This will be the last trade I take for the day. If we hit take profit, I'm leaving market. If we don't, and wind up getting close, and I see a break of structure really close to it, I have no problem leaving market then. In the event we get a fair value gap or anything like that, not on the opposite direction, when we get super close to that, I don't mind leaving market then. If for whatever reason we get stopped out again, obviously leaving market then. Outside of that, I think I did pretty good. I jumped the gun, I will admit. I jumped the gun like I typically do here. I thought this was a run-up and that it would continue higher. Or, I'm sorry. The inverse. The inverse. So I thought on this candle here, this move down was the run-up, and that we'd see it continue higher. I was wrong. Market opened. Price shot way down, and from this we claimed a bunch of lows, and we'll see it, I think, continue on lower. And if I'm wrong about this trade idea, that tells me I jumped the gun in two ways. Specifically, English is gone. I'm kind of toast. Sorry. I'll see it in two ways. One, that this was a run-up. This whole, from market open to this point was a run up, and that will see price continue higher from here in the up direction, the way the general trend is at the moment. Even though all the confluences are down low, general daily bias says prices continue higher because we haven't broke structure on the day. We did break structure on the hourly though, which is a massive thing for us. 4 hour, we did not break structure because we have not reached this low down here, though the confluences do say it will continue lower from this point forward. And then on the daily, of course, we have a general up candle. Has not changed. We're going to move all the way back down to the 1 minute just to keep an eye on current price action. This is where we are. That is take profit down here. I'm going to pause video now, and I'm going to let it do its thing for a little bit. I'm going to walk away. I'm going to step away. I'm going to let it do its thing. And yeah. For those of you who watch these videos specifically for updates, I greatly appreciate you. Please understand that I am working on a new schedule, and that videos will be released much slower. So these kinds of videos will be posted every single time I get through recording, like legit as soon as I end, they go up. Zero editing, zero anything done to them. The end result of these videos will be the same setup, same system, same everything, right? What I was going to say before was for the gaming channel specifically, the gaming orb, right? The neutral orb, right? Those videos will be posted Friday, and at the same time Friday I will be streaming from 2 p.m. to roughly 10 p.m. That is an 8-hour-ish stream. I'll be doing all kinds of stuff during that stream, so stay tuned for that. I am greatly looking forward to that kind of stream, so yeah. If you want to tune into that, feel free. And hopefully by Friday I have a video on the gaming orb that is super good, like very entertaining. I hope it's entertaining. I think I did it. I think I'm going to do a pretty good job. I'm actually going to put some effort into cutting up bits and pieces I just don't want to put online and actually make a decent quality video with it. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, I'm going to pause the video now. BRB. Two things. One, Trendy is right so far. We're 8 cents in the green. That's what I want happening. Two, I want to partially close this position. I have a partial close position on the button right here. Let's see what it does. That's a big ol' ouch, because right now 0.1 is worth that much, and I ain't got that much. I'd like to close whatever the flip this is. I think we can determine it via this right here. So let's do it from, because now it's at 7. This is where price is at. That says 7 cents. So I want to close from here to here. That is 0.11%, 6.64. I know what 11% is. So it won't let me close without closing the entire position. That's not what I want. So I can't close partially, which means I'm stuck having to wait for the take profit to get hit, which we are on our way to doing. We just broke structure back to the down. Actually, did we break strike price at some downside? We did not close above, so we've been in a downtrend. We have not broke structure, though we have continued this move down, and it's not breaking structure back to the upside. So it should continue down. We should be hitting take profit here soon. I think we are going to be taking a little longer than anticipated to get to take profit. This. The reasoning, in my opinion, is still sound to wait for this to get hit. So, with that being the case, and this is the 5-minute that we're on watching this. I kind of want to see what the 30-minute has to say. 30-minute has not broke structure back out of that, though we are still in the downtrend for the 30-minute time frame. The hourly should follow suit. Yeah, we're still in a down mode for the hourly. We just cleared up that little order block there. I think I should have made that a key profit or a key point. Four-hour has nothing outside of the hour. The hour says we are in a downtrend. That'll get closed here in the next 15 minutes. We should be seeing profit hits soon. There's the 5-minute there. I was going to try and partially close this, but it's not wanting to partially close. I'm gonna look up some stuff, see what I can do. Let me see. Display from position you want to partial close to find a specific trade with 0.01 loss that you want to close a portion of. Access partially closed positions option in the same row as your open position. You should see action section or menu when you right click, shade partial close, click on partial close position icon. This icon is usually quick as next. Before disconnect the lines around it. Okay, cool. I'll show you the right click. Oh, cool. Specific. So I can go, oh, hello. So right here, specify the amount to close. A pop-up window or input field will appear asking you to enter the amount of lots you want to close. Enter the desired lot size. Since your initial position is 0.01 lots, you can enter any lot size smaller than 0.01, example 0.005. To partially close the position, confirm the action, click the close or similar button to execute the partial closure. Okay. Trade logger supports trading terms, which are micro lots equivalent to 1,000 units. I want to click trading pool, risk management, cool, confirmation, cool. Okay, I'm gonna back out of this. So I should be able to do. This is the actions, this is the partial, this is this. I should be able to go much lower. I cannot manipulate either one of these. It will not let me close more than that. Or less, sorry. It won't let me close less than 0.01. Heh. Chat or comment section, what do you think? Think it'd be easier if I just wait? I think it'd be easier if I just wait. I can go ahead and just focus on watching the chart rather than partially closing it, subdividing it all down, and potentially seeing this come back up, stop me on, and go, oh, that sucks. So far the trade idea is correct, and I want it to stay that way. I wonder what this does. That's that. I don't want to change that. All good. Whew. I'm slightly concerned there. Just slightly. Stop loss is right where I set it last time. Take profits where it is, and then this is current price action, and then this is where I entered at off of that. Still in a short position. Yeah, it looks like we would not have benefited any better on NASDAQ if we were to take the trade off of this. I believe we entered on this candle right here. No, we entered on that one there, so it would have been this. That would have been a lot worse because our stop loss was like right up here, and that came up further than the other, than S&P did. Alright, oh well. It doesn't want me partially closing, so I'm just gonna chill, let it do its thing. I'll just keep an eye on chart and make sure things are where I want them to be. Yeah. BRB. Okay, so I think I spotted my mistake. I think I did, right? This leg down was targeting the order block here. This leg down here caused this liquidity sweep up, but nothing ever came back down to retest the order block, right? And that's what we got here. This order block, because it created this leg up and leg back down, we now have, I'm guessing, another order block. Some kind, if that's not an order block, that's a breaker block now, because that's a repeat move. And under the confluence of a breaker block, if there's a break of structure out of a downtrend, it'll continue higher. And if a breaker block is formed, because it happens within the same range of a order block, I should be open to the break of structure out of the downtrend that will see a price spike moving much higher. So I think that was my mistake. No, I don't think that was a mistake. I know it was my mistake. The fact of the matter is, I didn't see that as being an order block because of this crap here, the gap. And so when this moved up, I figured, you know what, it's this fair value gap that I should be targeting. Nope. Order block. And I know to respect order block. In order to respect it, it's a wick. But because it closed within and wicked past, I figured, okay, it'll continue down. Nope. I know now how to treat those. A little more refined. I know how to treat them. We broke structure. Or we're about to. We have 8 minutes to break structure. And things could change. This candle right here could turn into a red candle in the next 8 minutes. I doubt it. What I do know right now is we have a fair value gap, and if this candle closes above this high right here, that will have been a break of structure, and that's not fun because on a 30-minute time frame that says price is just going to continue higher. On the hourly, we have not broke structure, but our stop loss is well below the most recent high on the hourly. and price could very well be targeting these highs up here. Those are relative equal highs. My thought process was it would come down here and target some low level liquidity, but I guess I was wrong. The initial trade idea was wrong because I jumped the gun. The second trade idea was wrong because I messed up identifying the confluences to begin with on the higher time frame. That's just me, though. I wonder, does the hour say... I wonder if the hour sees the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, it sees the same thing. Order block, sweep of the low level, push higher. This could be considered an order block because it sweeps up above that, pushes higher. From there, we have round 2, or 3 now, sorry, in reverse fashion. Order block, sweep, so this might actually go higher because history repeats itself. This is a super strong draw on liquidity right here, and I have a feeling price is going to want to target that soon. I keep saying that. I know I keep saying that. I'm looking at this giant leg up, and I'm over here at the same time thinking, it's got to come down. It's got to. I get this is a general uptrend. I know what this looks like, and I should just follow the trend. It'd be the easiest thing to do, but with a grain of salt. Caution's not too far off from being wrong. I'm pretty sure I said that wrong, but you get the point. We got 6 minutes for that candle to close. If we can go back into the green, 2 pennies, I don't mind taking the 2 pennies. 2 pennies sound nice. We lost ultimately if we come out on top 6 pennies. 6 cents on a 62-cent investment, which in my opinion is okay. I don't mind doing that. I've learned a lot today, and I now know that I have one more day this week to trade. That's tomorrow. So that being the case, stuff, things, knickknacks and bobs. 5 minutes. If we get another break of structure down below this, I'll be more than satisfied to say, okay, let's stay in the market. But if we don't, I'm not going to try and push it. That would not be the smart thing to do. I don't think we're going to see any major changes. FOMO is what I'm fighting right now. Fear of missing out. Should I stay or should I go? It's a very good question. It's currently almost 12. 11:56 right now. We got 3 pennies instead of the 2 I thought we'd get from earlier. That is a large leap down, back to 4 pennies. Let's see if it can continue. I think it's got to inverse that fair value gap for it to really keep going. This is the 5-minute. Yeah, it would need to close below that fair value gap in order for it to keep going down. Otherwise, I have a strong feeling it'll actually rally back higher, sweep that high. I don't know, that could be what we need, because I'm looking at this right here, right? From this high to this high right here, because this high swept this. So we should be seeing a move down, a closure below this, and potentially a sweep of this. Like immediately after. There are only 2 places you can go, up or down. The question is where. And if it continues to consolidate, I think I'll give it one more move. Wait for price to come back in the green, and then from there, leave market, because, yeah, we have 40 seconds for this candle to close. We haven't had news all day. There is no news on the site, so. I have 3 pennies. Woo! So, I'm tempted. Tempted and afraid. The purpose of me trading is to gain the confidence through the basics to ultimately trade an amount and be confident in the confluences I build throughout the entire market, right? And I like the pace I'm going at right now. I've had to restart twice. I'm not ashamed to admit I failed 2 months in a row. In my defense, I screwed up both those months because non-farm, the NFP folder. Had I known those would have been as bad as they were, I wouldn't have traded at all. I probably would have been good. So, now with that being said, and known by me now, it's just a matter of really getting comfortable with trading. And then I'm thinking for the last day of September-ish, because July, August, September, right? I'm going to trade one more time, and it will be the entirety of the account. Just to really put that nail in the coffin. I'm confident enough to risk the entirety of the account to make a profit. End result. I'll start trading with real life, with real money, my actual capital that I have in the account now. I'm not going to risk the entirety of the account, but at the same time, I know I need to risk a little bit of it, more than a fifth, because there is a challenge-ish. There's a thing that I have the ability to do that I have to really get into the videos of. I'm going to keep investing. I'm going to keep stacking capital. Just keep at it non-stop, right? Let that account build over time. And my thought process is I will invest the account to amass an amount, and then from there go for a challenge trading challenge, right? Where like I paid what was it, $500 for a $5,000 survey. So they give, like, I think I have to give them account stuffs. If not account stuffs, like I just pay them for the survey, and then immediately after they give me a demo account just like this one. I trade until I make a certain amount, and then after that amount, I keep that amount, and then and then transfer it over to a live account, where then I trade from that, and I keep making money. I think that's how that works. That's what I want to do. The end result, I should come out with like $5,000 from that, depending on the the plan I purchase. I have a roadmap, and I know what's going to take. I know what it's going to take in order for me to get there. I want to leave market right now. We've made a new high. We have not made a new low. We're in an uptrend right now. We need a break of structure to the downside. We have a minute for this candle to close. It's not created a new high, but it has created a new low that we can look at. See what happens. I know that if it pushes past that high, it'll either continue higher and stop us out, or it'll break structure back to the downside, and from there we'll see it attempt to sweep that low. How low it'll go, I don't know, but if it's low enough, if it comes within that range and doesn't break structure, I'm leaving the market. Like on that candle closure, done. Closing position. Fingers crossed, we sweep and then push back below. That's a closure. So new low, not a new high. No fair value gap. Let's see what happens. We have 5 minutes for this candle to close. With any luck, we see a reaction off of the sweep. I've probably been recording for 2 hours. An hour 30. I'm going to pause the video right up until we see either a stop loss or a break of structure back to the downside. Should be relatively soon that I unpause, so BRB. Alright, moment of truth. We either break structure, or on this candle closure, I'm going to close out of the position. I'm going to call it a day. Again, I'm pretty sure my mistake this video was, the first one was jumping the gun, thinking it was the run-up, and then the second mistake was not identifying the order block when I should have. Because I know if this does not break structure on the downside, chances are what's going to happen is it'll close and it'll be an order block and it gets forced even higher. We're looking for the closure to be below that low for it to continue on down. Alright, we got to break a structure to the downside. Okay. Come on. Come on, rolling. Wonder. Sometimes we did not break structure on the 30-minute. Yeah, we haven't yet. Price is on his leg down, but oh no 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 no! I made a boo boo. I thought we broke structure to the upside on the 30-minute. I did not see this a second ago. There is hope from the higher time frames that we're going to continue much lower. We're in a downtrend on the 30-minute. Or if the hour. Because it's directly correlated. It'd be, yeah, the hour's the same thing. We haven't broke structure yet. This might actually be the leg down that we're needing. It might actually barrel through our take profit. It might. I might want a 30-minute. Here at 5. We got to break a structure. I'm not going to complain. We're on our way back down to claiming those couple of pennies that we lost earlier. Yeah. We had an inverse rag gap as well from that break of structure. So how's the weather where you're at? It was baking here all last week. Now it's relatively cool, to be honest. I say that. It's Monday. I know Tuesday's around the corner, and it'll probably kick us in the teeth with some humidity, but aside from that, I mean, feels kind of decent. Very tempted to leave right now. Very tempted to. I don't know. I'm also trying to figure that out. I'd like to leave market now. I want to get to the fun part of today. You know what? I need to listen to some music. I need to get out of my head. I just need to go blank, watch, and appreciate. Crap. Well, looks like we lost this trade. Second time. We got the break of structure I was after. Guess it was a full-on reversal sign. I think right now the S&P is lagging behind the NASDAQ. I think. We shall see. Well, thought. Unless the next set of candles is about to be one large thing down. Yeah, we're gonna get stopped out if that does not go down. That's a pretty large green candle, too. All for a penny. I know. Yeah. Very close to this one, chat. It says down. We haven't broke structure on the 30 or the hour. So this is just a small retrace. NASDAQ is in a downtrend. S&P's lagging behind hard, so that should actually continue lower. Much lower. Much lower. We haven't broke structure. I have to keep reminding myself of this because I am watching very observantly, right? I'm watching for the break of structures. I'm watching for the little nuances left, right, and center that say price is going to continue higher, which is not something I want to happen. I want it to continue lower because my profit margin, the take profit, is right there. I want that to get hit. We have not broke structure. Sure, this looks like it's in an uptrend, but the most recent high, up, down, this right here, has to get broke past. If it goes higher than not this red line, but that red line, that's a stop. We just lost that trade. But throughout this, we haven't closed above a high. High, no closure above. High, no closure above. High, no closure above. We haven't broke structure. We're in a downtrend still. The best guess I've got is it's actually sweeping up this liquidity throughout this. We had a fair value gap here that was just disrespected, swept past. We also had an order block confluence that was swept past, but it wasn't disrespected. So, treating this like a fair value gap, it's consolidating to sweep up all this liquidity and to continue pushing down. Market manipulators doing their thing, trying to sweep up as much, fill as many orders as possible in order to manipulate it to the side they want. And right now, the 30-minute, 5-minute, and the hour are all saying down. We should be seeing a large leg down here soon, sweeping past this, potentially closing, and targeting this key level here. I'm convinced it's targeting this. I am convinced it is targeting that. In fact, I'd venture to say it's targeting this right here. But at the same time, we won't know until a move is made and we see for ourselves. The daily and the 4-hour are both on the same track, uptrend, all the way. This is saying down though. It's just a matter of waiting, matter of time before we see it happen. And the end result of us getting that take profit will probably be, what, 12 cents, 13 cents, something like that. Which is good. Ultimately, it's a green. It's a good trade. think it's a fake out. Higher time frames hold higher power. I think this is going to continue in an uptrend until it breaks structure on the 30-minute. I get the feeling it has that. I'm going to use my judgment on this, my personal judgment. I'm going to end that trade. Ultimately, sure, we lost 6 pennies. That is a lot of money on a greater scale. However, at the same time, sure, I'll leave this. I'll leave a review. Sure. Regardless, I think this is an okay gist. I think it's okay. We lost a couple pennies, but I'm not entirely negative. It's okay. I have tomorrow to take a trade, and hopefully I can manage to actually get the trade I'm wanting, rather than jumping the gun and messing myself up in the long run. That being the case, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I really do. Watch me come back tomorrow and this be like all the way past this line here. I got a lot of stuff to do today, so I'm not gonna complain, fret, or otherwise. I'm just gonna take it as it is. Okay, this is just gonna go here then. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.